We are here today because today is an extremely exciting day for the University of Louisiana. It's exciting for the Ragin Cajuns Athletic Foundation. It's exciting for the Office of Advancement, and it's certainly exciting for the Department of Athletics. And on behalf of Dr. Savoie and our entire athletic department, I want to say thank you for everyone for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here with us today. Several weeks ago, a handful of us started on a journey to find a new executive director for the RCAF. And I can assure you that it was a very exhaustive, extensive search. We talked to numerous qualified candidates, and we know in our heart of hearts we got the very best one, no doubt about it. Before I introduce Mr. Brian Hanks, I want to say a few thank yous to some folks. Primarily those who are involved in the search. Certainly, without a doubt, we always consult with Dr. Savoie, and I don't think he's able to be here today. I knew he had a schedule conflict, but certainly, without his support, none of this happens. We know that. So thank you to Dr. Savoie. I also want to say thank you to Mr. Brian Hanks, who chaired this search. Brian is the RCF board chairman, but he also served as the chair of our search committee. And that committee was also made up of members of our executive board within the RCAF, and Brian can speak more to that, as well as Mr. John Bloom, our vice president for advancement and CEO of the UL Foundation, as well as associate vice president Lisa Capone with the Office of Advancement. And Lisa, as you may or may not be aware, is a new mother now as we sit here. So about a week ago or a few days back, Lisa had a baby daughter. And so I know she's excited for a couple reasons. One, to have the baby, but two, she knows that the RCAF is in great hands with our new executive director and deputy director of athletics. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up Mr. Brian Hanks. He's going to make some comments, and he will introduce our new executive director. And I know that young man, when he comes up here, he's going to make some introductions, because we have some special guests here to my right and to your left who traveled in from Dallas and Houston for this special event. But I'll let Lee do that. So without further ado, would you please give a warm round of applause to our RCAF executive board and board chairman. It's a big title there, Mr. Hanks. Mr. Brian Hanks.
When we started this journey, we didn't know where it would end up. I would be remiss not to give a great deal of gratitude and thanks to Mr. Jim Harris, who started our program as being the first executive director. Jim did an outstanding job. He brought a lot of people together that had not been together, and we wish him the best. Opportunity called, and he will further his career. But with every loss is an opportunity, and we have got one hell of an opportunity here. And we have, as Brian alluded to, went through a number of interviews with highly qualified candidates. We were told this was an attractive job. I had no idea how attractive it was. When we were interviewing people, we were down in Orlando for part of it for a convention, and everybody was walking up to Dr. Maggard and was very excited about the position, very excited about UL athletics. It was very refreshing and I came back very excited about where we are and where we're going to go. And that's why this choice was so important. We have a huge undertaking as we go forward in raising money. It is going to be the crux of where we go as a university and where we go as an athletic department. And so we were very diligent in finding someone who had a proven track record and who has raised money in different parts of the country. One of the things about Lee that was an interesting twist is, as we all know, we're very all field related here. Well, having parents from Houston and in-laws from Dallas, and then having served at Abilene Christian, he's very familiar with how industry can affect the ability of people in a particular area and their giving and what they can give and when they can give. So we thought that was another plus among many other pluses that he brought to the table. So it was it's a great, I've also got to thank the executive committee. We got closer and we've gone through a battle and we came out on the other side, and we're ready to take on the world. So and Lee being part of a fundraiser, he promised me the first day, and I'm glad we have a lot of people that before we walked out of here, he'd raise $1 million. So it should be easy to get with a challenge with this right here. But anyway, we appreciate everyone who's here. It is exciting to see the love and support you have for this. And we as a group need to take this on. And also John and Lisa and Dr. Maggard, I have to say, everyone needs to understand how lucky we are as a community and a university to have these individuals. We are blessed. We have some very, very talented, classy people involved in this university, and that's thanks to Dr. Savoie too. So this is just another piece of that puzzle, and with that I will introduce Lee DeLeon. You got it.
Thanks so much, Brian. And it's a great day to be a Ragin' Cajun, and I'm so blessed, humbled, and honored to be standing before you today. What a great moment in my life, and I'm so thankful for everybody that's been a part of it. I need to single out a few people. Some of them have already been thanked, but I'm going to thank them again. First off, Jim Harris. Jim's a great friend of mine. I've known him for a long time, and he was very helpful and really encouraging me to go for this job and helping me throughout the process. He did a great job here, and I'm excited to build upon the foundation that he laid here. Obviously, Brian Hanks and the entire executive committee was just awesome to work with, and I really enjoyed getting to know you guys throughout the process. Really loved how much you take pride in this university. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Lisa Capone, John Bloom from University Advancement. Just so thankful to have this opportunity and to get to know you guys better throughout the process. Dr. Brian Maggard, what a stud. I mean, you guys are so lucky to have him as your athletic director. He is a big-time AD, and I'm so excited to learn from him and really enjoyed getting to know him throughout this process. My family's here. I just want to recognize and thank them. First off, my wife, the rock of our family, my best friend, Lacey. My two boys, Landon and Luke. Landon's 7.5, Luke's 4.5. My parents are here from Houston, my mom and dad. They've always believed in me and supported me so much. And my mother-in-law, Cindy's here from Rockwall, Texas. So please join me in giving them a big warm welcome. So quickly on my background, I've been doing this full-time for 14 years. I was hired in July 2005 by some school down the road in Baton Rouge. And I worked there as an intern and then did 3 to 4 year stops along the way at University of Houston, Arizona, New Mexico, Abilene Christian, and then the past year I was at Purdue University in West Lafayette, not Lafayette. And I'm so thrilled to be back in the South, back close to home. That's a big part of why I'm here today. Even though I was in Texas at Abilene, this is the closest I've been to Houston. It's only 3.5 hours down I-10, and I'm super excited about that. Why else did I want this job? Well, obviously the food. I've already gained about 5 pounds in 3 days, but really love the food, love the Cajun culture, love all the people here and how warm and welcoming everybody has been and continues to be day in and day out. I have a strong familiarity and respect for the Ragin' Cajuns and just the Cajun nation and the tremendous fan base that you guys have. Growing up in Houston, I've always admired the fervor and loyal passion of Ragin' Cajun fan base. So super thrilled to be a part of that and get to work with you guys, get to know you guys individually. Some of the best tailgaters in the country. I mean, you guys really know how to tailgate, know how to throw parties, and really great attendance. You know, football, baseball, softball. I mean, top 10 in the country in attendance with softball and baseball, and that's really appealing to me. I'm a diehard fan. I wasn't a student athlete. I wasn't a coach. I was a fan, and so I really can resonate and relate with you guys and how much you love your team. The executive committee was a huge draw, just the passion. I mean, when we met in the interview process, I was blown away by your level of commitment and involvement and investment in RCAF, and that was really enticing to me. And then I mentioned this earlier, but the leadership of Dr. Maggard and President Savoie. I mean, this university is going places, and there's a lot of momentum around University of Louisiana right now, and I'm super honored and humbled to get to be a part of the future here and to help build on the successes that have been achieved in the past, and really the future is extremely bright. And I think we're just scratching the surface of how good we can be, and I'm really excited to be a part of that moving forward. My focus on this job, first off, is going to be building on the foundation that I mentioned. You know, Jim Harris, Gerald Hebert, the RCAF staff have done a tremendous job for a long time. And I think that, we're not starting this thing from scratch. There's already a firm, a well-established foundation, and I'm excited to build upon that. Secondly, I'm going to develop genuine relationships. I love people. If you haven't met me yet, you'll quickly find out I love people. I like to hug. I like to high five. I love coming to work every day and working alongside great people and meeting new people. So I really can't wait to get out there and meet all of you individually and build great relationships. I also want to embrace the culture. I want to dive all into this community and all into the Southern Louisiana and Acadiana and really get to know what makes this area of the country so unique and so awesome. And then I think one thing that we talked about in my interviews, I'm going to be up and down I-10 like crazy, from Houston to New Orleans and back all day, every day. I'm going to be just really, really tearing up those highways and getting out there and meeting with people. And then I heard a great quote one time that the job of athletic administration is to provide the resources that match the expectations. Expectations here are high, and I got to help go provide the resources to match those expectations. And so Dr. Maggard and our staff and I, we're going to really get out there and ask people for money. As a development officer, you have to make the ask. And so there's a lot of great fundraisers out there, not a lot of great fundraisers, and I'm going to try to be a great fundraiser, and part of that is asking for money, so get ready. But that's part of my job, and we're going to try our best to do it well. And the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to invest in people and try to make an impact on their lives. That's just part of what I feel is my calling. I feel college athletics isn't just a job, it's a calling for me. It always has been. And I'm going to use this platform to impact people's lives. And so that's a big deal to me. So in conclusion, I'm so blessed and honored to be here. Thank you for the great turnout. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the way that you've already welcomed my family and me. We feel so loved already. There's a guy named Bob Bodine. It's a great mentor of mine, a great friend, and he's an author. He talks about when you're looking for a job, make sure you go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. And you guys have made us feel celebrated, and for that we are extremely grateful. So thank you again, and go Cajuns.